Hi guys. Um, I can't put it off any longer. I've come here today to try and clean up this back garden. You can see how much it's grown and everything's just so overgrown. Now I want to do a full pan of the entire space so you can see how much it's grown. Succulents are just falling onto the path there with that blue chalk sticks, and I keep saying I'm going to do it, but I've been putting it off and just not coming around to doing it. And since spring, I think everything's just grown like 10 times faster, and I have to cut them back now because you can see they're just not looking good. And also we had a lot of rain recently, and if they are so tightly packed, they tend to get the leaves get mushy, and then it starts getting etiolated. So they also, too much of water, too compacted, they don't get enough light, they start stretching and reaching out, and they don't look neat anymore. Yeah, so I'm gonna do a whole before. So this is the before footage from one end to the other. Gosh, I don't know, it seemed like it was okay, but now that I came to look at it, it's just overgrown. It's so much to look at in one go, so I'm going to break them up into small patches and work on it. Now here you can see my meditating dog. He is completely lost. This plant has grown all around him. You can't even see him anymore. It's so huge. When I first put him, I'll try and put some footage of what it looked like when I first planted it. And it's just been a year of growth, and he's lost in the succulents. So I'm going to tackle just small quadrants at a time. I was trying to keep, I did get out some of the other dandelions, but I was trying to keep this sedum, that it's just gone too big, and it's smothering the other plants around it. The birds were so busy when I was cleaning up here, and I know they were watching me. There are a few nests in my neighbor's yard on the tree that's just on the edge of our fence. So they are busy chattering. There's such a huge racket. First look, and this small patch, you can already see some ground now. Such a huge blob of the sedum I cut out. I was so reluctant to tackle this space because I knew it's such a mess, and I knew this grass is going to be everywhere. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta make a start, and then once you make that start, it just, starts going easily, and then you know what you're doing. Yeah, I just put it off too long. Now to tackle this circle. These succulents, oh my gosh, they've got so much of flowers. Flowers are filled with aphids. And look how much of dried leaves. That's when all these pests start setting in as well. You can see once they're too clustered too close together, and you can see there's no airflow. It's time to expose my little meditating dog. So many new shoots, even it's got all these new babies that I can propagate. I'm cutting off all these flower spikes because I don't want them anyway, and I'm just gonna cut off all the flowers and clean them up and decide where I'm gonna plant them. Okay, my dog has been freed from the succulent prison, and so much. I mean, look how huge they are. So I'll just leave them here until I finish cleaning up and decide where or how I'm going to plant them back here. Right, I need a bit of a distraction. So I thought I'll show you guys this portulaca. I started blooming, just a few of them, so you can't really see the impact of all the colors. But it's starting for the warmer season. It's starting to get buds. Now back to this second portion. I need to just pull out the weeds. Even got into the pot of where I've got my aloe planted. The weeds, they just, I don't know. They are so resilient. But on the other hand, if you just look at how lovely and lush all the succulents look, they are so jam-packed and full here. And they look good, and that is why I was so undecided, just putting it off. But yeah, it needs to be thinned out. I like that look of, fullness as well, but I know they're not going to be doing well. Soon it's going to start drying up or getting rotten and die off. So I need to clean it up. This pickle plant is just loving life here next to this aloe, or next to the pot. It's like a whole carpet on its own. So lush, and that yellow flowers look so pretty. But yeah, it needs to be cut back. It's already mushy inside. And look at this huge bunch. Just a few cuttings have become like this. Look at it. Oh my gosh. I wish I didn't have to, but I have to cut it back, and then it just refreshes it. It'll make it look so lovely again. It was just too much. I mean, I didn't, I couldn't use all of it. So I just, I'll give it away. It's too much to cut up and propagate. I'll just put a few cuttings and they'll shoot up again and fill the spot nicely. And moving on, I need to get all these plants that I don't want. Some of them I just threw them there, or they were growing and I left them, but they've gotten bigger. I need to pull what I don't want out from around this beautiful piece of driftwood. I need to expose that wood so I can admire it. Right now I couldn't see anything. It was just, apart from being covered up by the succulents, this oxalis, the weed, is so tall, it's just everywhere. And that wood needs to be in the front to be admired. My Mexican snowball is so beautiful next to this driftwood, and it's grown so much. You can see the new babies have grown taller, and they're just above the main plant. Now I've got quite a few cuttings. I can just cut them, and I'm going to put them all around, because I think I mentioned in one of my previous videos that I'm going to be putting more of these this Mexican snowballs everywhere along this side, because I like you know, this blue green. It's so bright, and apart from being bright, it's so pretty. It looks like a real flower. So I'm going to dot them around and create more repetition of this. And with this cleanup, I'm going to be selective, and what I don't want here, I'm just going to take it out. I mean, I did plant a lot when I first did the garden, because I needed it to fill up the space, but now it's like too much. It's overgrown and too much of plants here. I need to see some ground. I need to see some of this large rocks that I have. And you can see this, oh my gosh, this Mexican snowball is gone so huge, and you can see its leaves underneath are dry, and it starts to get all these pests setting in. So you got to cut them back and reset them regularly, so they are refreshed each time. And then the new flowers start up, and it's nice and new, and the dried leaves can all be taken out, or they must be taken out. So it's good to do a proper cleanup of the succulents regularly, and I left it the whole year. I should have done it probably in winter. And this Mexican snowball is also called Echeveria elegans. I think maybe the elegans is a more common name here in Australia. Yeah, perfect name, I should say, because elegance, it is very elegant. It looks so neat, but it just needs to be maintained. Yeah, oh, that's a lot of elegance taken out of there. Now I can see that driftwood, and I've left all the rosettes aside. Because I'm not going to put all of them back here. I'll just put a few back. Now I need to tackle this crassula and the back. This campfire orange, I like it. I'm going to keep it in the back, because it gets these white flower spikes, and they're quite nice. It gives it so much of structure, especially if it's behind something. And these maple tree seedlings I got from Marketplace. Someone was giving them away for free, so I've just got them hanging around here. I'm hoping they grow quickly. But yeah, I'm going to keep this campfire orange. I'm going to cut it back and plant it, you know, behind the driftwood, so when it blooms, it'll look so pretty. I had originally planted it in a pot, and look, it's it's outgrown that pot, but it's still growing. Okay, so I've planted a row of these campfire orange at the back, so they grow tall, and the spikes, or the flower spikes, are like a backdrop towards all the other succulents that I'm gonna put in the front. Yeah, now need to tackle this crassula. It's so lovely and green and lush, and that green is such a lovely soft green. But yeah, it's too big. Also, I need to cut it because it's quite tall and it's at the front, which is not good. It's blocking the smaller succulents that are behind it. And look at them, it's so huge. I can't plant them because it's so soft as well. It's just breaking because it's too big, and yeah, not enough light. Well, not enough light, but it's just, I don't know, it's got a soft life here. And you can see the succulents here, they are so stretched out because it was covered and being smothered by that crassula. So I'm going to take this out and plant it in the front, so it gets more light. And if it gets more light, this white succulent especially, it looks so much better. It's got a sort of a light pink tint to the leaves. So I'll plant it in the front. I decided to plant some of the elegans and other succulents as I'm cleaning because I thought it's going to just become too much at the end to try and plant everything. So I just, as I cleaned up a patch, I put a few back where I wanted them to go. And my agave trade winds is doing so well in this little pot. I might need to put it in a bigger pot soon, but for now I'll just move it to a better spot. I was brutal with the succulents. I was like, I don't want them here, and they have to go because they're not they're not thriving there, and I needed that to be much more open. They did their job, they filled that space for a while, now they're done. And my huge agavoides, I need to move that. Let's look at our work. So I planted that, I moved that crassula from there to the back, and my trade winds I've brought it a bit forward, and that campfire is at the back. If you can see, it's looking a bit more open, and there is some space between each of the plants or the groupings. I have so much left over still, and I'll just leave them on the nature strip for people to collect them. I had to take a minute to work out how I was going to remove this agavoides. It is so huge, and this has been on the cards for a while now. I've been keep mentioning that I'm going to remove it, but I haven't removed it, and they are smothering those little aloes. But yeah, today is the day it's coming out. This was the original mother plant, and it was so huge. Look at it. It's like a massive giant, and it weighed a ton. I cut out the babies from this, I don't know, I think it's a Cante or Mexican giant succulent, and I was going to put the babies here because it's so bright. I thought it will just give it a bit of brightness next to this agave and underneath the maple tree. There's quite a bit of space now that I've taken out that huge crassula from there. After putting it there, it just seemed like it needed some color, because I've got all that blue and the blue-green and the very white Cante that I planted there. So I had these purple delights that I pulled out the other week, and they're still languishing here. I haven't moved them. So now is the time to use them up. When they color up, it will be pretty and give that spot some color. Because now I just got too much of blue-green without any shades of pink. Yeah, and there is space. In the weeks that it's been just left aside there, the babies that were so tiny have grown so big in this purple delight. And I can plant them as well now. Yeah, they'll get nice and big here. And they grow pretty fast too. And these are the sempervivums I brought from the front garden, and you can see how huge they are here because they are not sun stressed like the ones in the front. The front garden, in the front garden, the sempervivums are so tiny and tightly packed. The leaves are so tightly packed, but here you can see they get much bigger because it's getting this lovely east-facing sun. I thought this space next to the pavers would be great for these huge succulents. I'm just going to put them in a row here and just leave them there. They need to get a bit more tighter. The leaves are so fluffy like a normal flower. It's because it was so sheltered there and so squashed up and not enough light was getting to it. Now it's going to be really exposed and the rosette is going to be really tight. So I'll do a follow-up later to see how it looks. The crassula watch chain, it's these tall and thin crassula. I really like them, so I planted them next to the pot, hoping it gives some height and, covers up that ugly pot. And there's a look at how it looks. So much neater. I can see the soil now, and, as they fill out, it'll start looking better. Doesn't look great on the first day, but after a while, that's my bear's paw. I moved that there. You can see it needs more light. And that's that crassula watch chain that I just mentioned. And yeah, this row is there. Hopefully it gets tighter rosette and so much neater now. There's space, and I moved that pot from the back. It was at the back there. I put it to the front here so it gets more light. Or can be appreciated. And yeah, look, lots neater. And my dog found him a new place. And yeah, there's that crassula watch chain again. All my elegance. Oh yeah, my driftwood is looking so lovely. But yeah, my meditating dog is now free. Yeah, I can see what's going on now. I don't think I'm gonna get to the rest of the garden, but this patch was such a nice portion to clean up, and it feels so good that I tackled it. And you can see my aloes now, they've got a bit more space to grow, and you can see them. And that crassula, I just cut it back a bit and put it there, so there's space around all of the succulents. Yeah, so I didn't get to this side. I just moved some of the elegans next to this rock here. And, you know, that's what I said. I'm just going to do a portion at a time so it's not too overwhelming. And that's the agavoides I moved over there. It's so lovely. Yeah, so that was a very productive day. And I hope you enjoyed this workout in the garden. You can see how much neater it looks. Yeah, so 1/4 is done. I've got 3/4 to go. So I shall catch you next week, and I hope you enjoyed all this hard work. So thanks for watching, and bye.